Welcome back, my friends. You are watching TTBurger game reviews here on YouTube, and I am Tony, bringing you more and more games of PlayStation, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4 games, and overall, more videos in general on TTBurger 88. And welcome back to my Vigilante 8 series review. This is episode 160, and this is part 2 of 2. We have a lot to talk about here for this part, but before we get started here, those of you who missed what happened in episode 160 part 1 of 2, I have something here. It's called a TTBurger recap, and these are made to show you all what you missed, so you can have a little idea of what this episode is about. In episode 160 part 1 of 2, I took a look at Vigilante 8 for the PlayStation and gave it an 8.5 out of 10 because there were some problems I had with like the gameplay, how it was only 4 levels long, and the opponent and AI was unbalanced, and the vehicles and the controls were stiff at times. But for the most part though, it's a great game overall. That's definitely worth owning your collection if you want to retire Twisted Metal 2 and stuff. But today we're gonna zoom ahead to a year later after Vigilante 8 was released for the PlayStation, and we're gonna look at the sequel here. This was when I realized that Vigilante 8 was not the 8th game in the series like that. It was its own game just with a number 8 in it. And I got it right here. This is Vigilante 8 Second Offense for the PlayStation, Nintendo 64, and Dreamcast. Now, Vigilante 8 Second Offense is, in my opinion, a great sequel. The first game, though, was slightly better, but Vigilante 8 Second Offense comes very, very close to being just as good as its predecessor. And it's not a game killer at all. I mean, it's not a bad game at all, just this game is just slightly worse is all. But that's just me, though. The story, let's just start here. The story takes place in September of 1977, 2 years after the first game. After the defeat of the Coyotes, the United States has become peaceful yet again. But Oil Monopoly Alliance regime, also known as OMAR, continues to take over the oil market with their new leader, Slick Clyde. Slick Clyde plans to change history by stealing prototype time machines from Stanford University quantum physics lab by going back into the time in the 1970s to ensure victory for OMAR. The story is great. In fact, it's better than the first game's story because it talks about time traveling from the present time and going back to the 70s or so to try and become the richest company in America once again. So definitely a better story than the first game in my opinion. For the presentation, the game's graphics have improved. The vehicle models have more detail than they did before, and you see like headlights go on, stuff like that, and like there's more damage to them. You can even adjust the damage setting if you want low, medium, or high. I choose medium because medium looks the most realistic, is what I'm trying to say there. So yeah. The backgrounds are great. They look really bright and colorful with crisp lighting effects, and the CG cutscenes look nice as well. And they look so good, it almost looks like a PS2 game with the CG cutscenes, definitely. But the frame rate though, the frame rate in the game is worse than its predecessor. I mean, it does slow down and bog down more than the first game did, but that's just me though. But still a great presentation overall. For sound is also so great too. It's one of the top parts of Vigilante 8 Second Offense. It has great music that has a 70s feel to it, once again with like 70s rock, 70s pop, 70s funk, and more. The voice setting is still the same. Didn't really care too much about it though because like, you either love the voice acting, either hate the voice acting, you're either in the middle, but overall, great sound overall, and so even though the voice setting is like something you don't care for, it's great sound overall. Now I'm going to get into the meat of the review of the gameplay. The gameplay is good, but has some quirks in it and stuff. Like in Vigilante 8, in Vigilante 8 Second Offense, you pick a vehicle, you destroy the opponents, and complete the side objectives like last time. You have a big variety of vehicles once again, like a city bus, a stretch limousine, a mobile home, a garbage truck, a semi-truck, and more. For this review, I'll be playing as once again the FBI agent, Chassis Blues, who this time drives the Vertigo. You once again have 3 modes to choose from: Quest, Arcade, and Versus. Once again, we'll be playing the Quest mode this review because it's the story mode. And this time you have levels in the game going across America, and it varies once again for each character. There is a huge improvement here because you have 8 levels this time that make the game longer and more playable. You can also upgrade your vehicle too to make it all powerful and make it look like a badass futuristic car from the 70s. And you basically just beat the opponents, do the objectives and the side objectives, but you don't have to do. You do not have to do the side objectives and stuff this time because you know it's like it's like you don't have to do them unless you want a higher score and stuff. But overall though, it is a fun game, but now we gotta talk about the negatives. Once again, the difficulty for the opponent AI and stuff is unbalanced there. They come from like being easy wimps to motherfucking crazy ass monsters who will whoop your ass and stuff. The controls still feel very weighted and stiff, and when turning your vehicle, it still feels like a semi-truck on ice. And also the fact that once again the vehicle moves on its own without stopping, and it just moves very slowly, but still, yeah. But my main complaint about Vigilante 8 Second Offense is when, for the objectives, when you pick up an item for doing one of the objectives, if you still have the item in your inventory after you defeat all the opponents, the level will not end until you empty the inventory. And this is annoying because the place where you're supposed to do the collecting objectives and delivering the stuff is hard to find at times. So you pretty much have to restart and go back and like play the level to defeat the opponent without picking up the item. Which is weird that they would do this, because this was not a problem in the last game when you had items to deliver and stuff like that. But here, it is for some reason. And like when this first happened, I thought it was a glitch to where like the game was acting up. But it turns out it was because I had the item in my inventory. And this is really annoying to where like you have a very tough fight and you fight the tough boss, only for you to realize that you can't end the level because you have an item in your inventory that has to be dropped off, but you don't know where to go. So, fuck this, that was annoying. Fucking annoying. But that's just me though. It's an annoyance, but not a game killer. It's still a fun game and sequel, just the first game was slightly better. So, my final thoughts here are, if you like Vigilante 8 and you want more Vigilante 8 action, I definitely recommend picking up Vigilante 8 Second Offense. I have not played the N64 or the Dreamcast version, so I can't really say anything about those. But the PlayStation version, in my opinion, is definitely worth owning in your collection. And Activision, you guys did a great job with both the games here, and this was a fun game overall. But people are wondering, what franchise do I like better? Twisted Metal or Vigilante 8? Simple. I like them both equally. They're both equally fun. Twisted Metal does things better than Vigilante 8. Vigilante 8 does things better than Twisted Metal. So they're both equally good in my opinion. But that's just my opinion. Whatever game series you like, pick it up. Pick them up because they're both worth owning. Due to the complaints I have of this game, it's gonna get a slightly lower score, but not that much lower. An 8 out of 10 this time is the way to go for Vigilante 8 Second Offense. They're both great games, just Vigilante 8 was just slightly better, but definitely pick both these games up because both these games are definitely worth owning in your collection here because they're both awesome, fun games, definitely. And that's it for episode 160 for my Vigilante 8 franchise review. What will episode 161 hold? Well, you'll have to find out because like we're in the month of December, so I have some surprises up my sleeve, but I can't tell you yet. Which is all I gotta say. But in the meantime, pick these two games up. They're somewhat pricey, but not that pricey, but definitely worth owning because they're both fun games, definitely. Which all I gotta say is this is Tony. Peace out, have a great day, and if you like what you see here, subscribe, like the video, comment down below, and join my Discord group, TTBurger Gaming United. Always looking for more people to join. The link is in the description below, so click on it. And if you have any requests for me to review, comment down below as well. Check out the other videos on the channel as well. So all I gotta say is this is Tony. Peace out, and have a great day, and see you all in the next episode.